Okay, this is the second part of completing the square. I've got a quadratic and I'm going to put it in this form, which is completing the square. Now the thing that's changed here is I have a 2 in front of the x squared. So I have got a as 2 and it poses a small problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide everything through by 2 at the beginning. So when I divide everything through by 2, this becomes x squared. 3 becomes 3 over 2x, and the 4 becomes 2. Now, remember what I did before? I introduced an equal sign, and I am going to take away c from both sides, so it gives me minus 2. Okay, next I want to write down b over 2, which I'm going to use this b, not the b up here, the b that I've started completing the square with. So that's going to give me 3 over 4. And I also want to write down b over 2 squared, which is going to give me 9 over 16. Okay, now we're going to add this to both sides. So it's going to be x squared plus 3 over 2 x's, add 9 over 16, and I've got minus 2 there, so it's 9 over 16 minus 2. Okay, this side will always factorize, if you remember, into b over 2, x plus b over 2. Nice. And on the other side, I'm going to do 9 take away 32, which gives me negative 23 over 16. Okay, double check that with your fractions. Let's add this to both sides, just like we did before. So it's x plus 3 over 4. All of that is squared plus 23 over 16. Now, that's all looking good, but I've got to remember what I did at the beginning. I divided everything through by 2. Now I'm going to times everything through by 2. I'm just going to put a 2 outside this bracket. I'm not going to expand the bracket, and I'm going to multiply this by 2. So it ends up with 2 brackets x plus 3 over 4 squared, add, I'm going to times this by 2, so it gives me 23 over 8. Now I've done that whole thing without a calculator, because this is a kind of question that could come up on a non-calculator paper. The one final thing is, if we remember the connection with the vertex in our graph, the vertex is still the thing that's in the bracket. I don't have to worry about this 2 outside. This, if I negate this, it's going to give me my vertex. So my vertex is minus 3 over 4 and 23 over 8. So you can see how we started off with a as 2, we divided by 2, we've completed the square as normal. At the very end, we've multiplied the bracket by 2 and our constant at the end, giving me my vertex.